Oh, my favorite day of the week, and I
smell
do
that?
smell it. That is the weekend,
Yeah,
right?
it smells good.
Ooh, yeah.
Fridays have a certain odor about them, and it's always good. Hi, kids. Friday, back at it. Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz. It is the 6th day of July, 2018. Steve Hare, as you can see there, our news director to my immediate left. Thank you for filling in for me yesterday. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Good.
Nerve-wracking, but fun.
Nerve-wracking. It's television.
It was fun. Live TV is always kind of a challenge anyway, isn't it?
What's that?
Live TV.
Like, no, it's fine.
Yeah?
I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well,
It's
I hope you like it too, you know?
It's a fun gig. It beats working. I don't work for a living, so that I like.
We know that, Dan. We know you don't work for a living. I'm just kidding, of course.
Yeah, I don't. Great show for you today. I don't know if we have a great show. I guess we'll find out together over the next hour or so. In the back half of the show, we're going to replay the interview I did with the members of the Wenatchee Football Club, the booster club specifically for the Wenatchee football program. That would be Shane Cass, club president, also Scott Devereaux and Dave Jagler. Their big golf tournament is coming up here in a couple of weeks, and their camps begin next week. Wanted to give them one more plug on that. We'll have that. We'll have you with the forecast and everything else. Latest from the Camas fire, of course, will be our top story today. It was a busy day around the newsroom here yesterday, wasn't it?
Oh boy, yesterday afternoon we were hopping.
Yeah.
Had that fire that broke out up in the Camas area, and we'll have the full details coming up. It's still burning out of control, over 300 acres, but they've got a lot of resources on it right now.
That's good. There's not a lot of, I think there's a couple of really big fires down in Utah and some sizable ones just outside the San Francisco Bay Area, but they got firefighters who are able to, they got warm bodies. They got bodies.
That's the saving grace right now, is we have so much air resource available to us right now. In fact, they had, I think, 4 helicopters and 2 fixed-wing aircraft, and they're going to hit it hard again today because, as I was discussing with the fire spokesman at base camp this morning, by the way, they're staging at Kashmir Fairgrounds, so be aware of that, folks, and stay away from that area. But in advance of what he's saying is a red flag warning for the area this weekend. They want to hit that hard and make sure they get it contained before it starts spreading.
There is a red flag warning up now, but not for us. The Northern Columbia Basin, the Okanagan Highlands, the Palouse, and the Spokane area has one on now. Later on today, they're going to do a red flag warning for the Okanagan Valley and the Medhow Valley. Right now, as I have the brand new forecast just up, there is no red flag warning for us.
This is according to the fire weather forecasters. So, they're calling it a red flag warning for our area as well.
But the National Weather Service is not, so they'll get to fight it out amongst themselves. Let's take you around the north central Washington area with our Valley View cameras. We got a bunch of them. And once again, the cross camera does the honors. Looking pretty good. Few high clouds today. 94 yesterday. Warmest day of the year is what we got to. 94? 94.
I thought it was 93. I was checking the graph this morning.
No, 94 was our high yesterday at about 4 in the afternoon.
Well,
going to be cooler today.
Quibble over a degree.
We got some cooler air coming in from the south. The funny thing is we had warm air coming in from the south, which is why we warmed up so much. And now we still have air coming in from the south, only now it's going to cool us down.
A little breezy last night, too.
Going to be, I don't know, I was asleep.
Blew my umbrella over.
Camera 2. Kat gets to decide where we visit. We're going to visit the Orondo Rock camera, looking down the Columbia River to Turtle Rock. And looks pretty good to me.
Isn't that nice?
You can see you can see those little things sticking up way in the background. That's the
minarets.
I'm sorry?
Minarets.
No,
aren't those what they? I don't know.
I don't know. I have a jar of minarets at home. I pop a couple of down every day, and it makes me feel better. Camera 3. What are we looking at here? We're looking at Lake Chelan from, I want to say, the Bear Mountain camera. And it looks like they have some flies hanging around that lens, don't they?
Boy, all pretty and gussied up for the weekend.
Considerable cloudiness up in the Chelan area, more clouds than we have down here. It's going to be sunny, by the way, all day today. It's looking good. Camera 4. And we say, well, there's the site of the Camas fire. That's a live shot of the Camas fire. Much different than it was at 3:30 yesterday afternoon, isn't it, Steve?
Boy, it was blowing up and torching some trees up there yesterday afternoon. But at this point, it's still relatively calm, and I guess that's really kind of a blessing for the firefighters with the calm conditions.
I wasn't here yesterday. I don't know. It looks like to me it's burning in what, pretty heavily forested stuff? And
mostly logging / brush, and that it's on Weyerhaeuser land, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's get George out there with a garden hose and get this taken care of. 5 minutes after the hour, let's do your forecast. from the National Weather Service. As I mentioned just a couple minutes ago, red flag warnings around the area, but not for the area. The Northern Columbia Basin, Okanagan Highlands, Palouse, Spokane, Okanagan Valley, and the Methow Valley are under, or will be under, red flag warnings. Today, warm, and then a cold front comes our way. As far as wind, Steve, there is none in the forecast at all. Sunny and a high of 88 for the Wenatchee Valley. That is cooler than yesterday, because I mentioned before there's a cold front coming in, which is cooling us down even more on Saturday. Look at that, 81 degrees. Back up to 88, so we're going to kind of do the roller coaster thing. We're going to be warm, then we're going to cool down, then we're going to be warm, and then cool down, and then warm up, and then really warm up. As you can see, 97, the forecast high. For Thursday, 94 yesterday, warmest day of the year, but still only the second time, or third time of the year, I should say, that we've hit 90 degrees. So that's your forecast from the National Weather Service. It's 6 minutes after the hour. Steve has a lot of news to get to. We're not going to waste any more time. The news is 60 seconds away, courtesy of our brand new sponsor, our friends at Cascade Medical Center. Trained with a physical therapist who loves the outdoors as much as you do. Cascade Medical, partners in your health.
The physical therapists at Cascade Medical love the outdoors as much as you do. But sometimes where there's love, there's also pain. Let us help you get back to the activities that you love. Cascade Medical, partners in your health.
Did you know that our pets can put on extra weight just like us? Obesity is the most common preventable disease in dogs and cats. Your pet's excess weight can lead to health issues like joint pain, arthritis, diabetes, high blood pressure, and more. Dr. Shauna Bayes and the staff at Paws and Claws Veterinarian Hospital care about your pets, and they can help you keep them lean and healthy. Call Paws and Claws today at 888-PAWS or find them on the corner of 4th and Isle in East Wenatchee.
And now it's time for your local news update with Steve Hare.
Welcome back to the program. Here's some of the stories we're following around north central Washington today. Topping our news this morning, the 2018 wildfire season is starting to ramp up in north central Washington as crews prepare to do battle today with an out-of-control forest fire burning in the Camas area southwest of Kashmir. In fact, here were the images that we were getting yesterday from our PTZ, or rather our Sky-Fi Valley View cam, zooming in on that fire there in the hills west of Wenatchee. You can see the flames there torching some trees in the background. That blaze is burning in mostly brush and logging slash on Weyerhaeuser-owned land. It started in the noon hour, and it had spread to about 300 plus acres as of late afternoon. It's possible it's grown even more, but according to fire officials, they're trying to do some mapping of that fire to get us a better estimate. Meanwhile, again, a Type 3 team is managing the fire. Spokesman Eric Waters said the location of that fire makes it very difficult for ground crews to access.
We had 4 rotary wing and 2 fixed wing aircraft attacking the fire. And today we're going to bolster those efforts even more. We're going to add 2 additional rotary wing aircraft, and we're going to increase the number of firefighters that we have on the ground. Yesterday there was approximately 100. Today we're boosting that to almost 200. Of course, our desire is to get after this fire as quickly as we can, try and keep it contained so it doesn't grow significantly. And again, because of the complexity of the incident as it's grown, the Department of Natural Resources brought in a Type 3 incident management team to help manage the fire.
Now, the fire continues to burn. Water stresses that it's burning in an area that poses no immediate threat to populated areas, homes, or campgrounds.
Currently, the fire is located in an area that has not created any evacuations. There are no structures threatened at this time, and we're not putting any road closures in place. However, we would ask the public for their safety and that of firefighters to be extra careful in the Kashmir and Highway 97 corridors. There's going to be, 200 firefighters and all the associated support that goes along with that. There's going to be a lot of activity, and those are busy areas, and we would ask folks to please be extra careful when you're traveling through those areas.
Now, Waters said the fire is burning about 2 miles from the Camas Meadows Bible camp. It's a youth camp where the managers have been communicating with parents, assuring them in Facebook posts that they are not threatened and everyone is safe. Here's a shot provided to us by Camas Meadows Bible Camp showing a helicopter with a water bucket passing over one of their cabins up there in the Camas. A fire camp has been set up at the Kashmir Fairgrounds. Waters said ground crews will be working to establish hand lines today, and you can expect to see more helicopters and fixed-wing aircraft working that fire today. Good news on another fire front, though. In fact, the Stormy Creek fire, that's about 85 acres in size, has been burning in the Entiat area, is now 100% contained. Now, although the fire has been fully contained, you'll be contending with some smoke in the air if you live in the Entiat area. Smoke will probably linger for a relatively long period of time with calm to light winds in the weather forecast. Smoke is coming from stumps that are smoldering and unsafe to manage, according to officials. Level 1 evacuations for around 50 to 60 homes was lifted, so there are no evacuations now. The forest is open for all recreation. That's important as we get into the weekend. However, motorists are encouraged to use caution on the Entiat Valley Road due to the presence of firefighting apparatus and personnel leaving the area of the fire. Same holds true for the Camas fire, by the way. Officials are asking the people maybe be using a little extra caution on the Blewett Pass Highway and in the Kashmir area as more fire crews try to access that blaze. Also in the news, the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest looking for nominees to fill 2 vacancies on its 15-member Resource Advisory Committee. Now, the committee consists of members representing a wide array of interests. Members review proposed Title II projects to benefit national forest lands in Chelan, Okanagan, Kittitas, and Yakima counties and make recommendations for priorities for funding those projects. Let's move on to another story. Charles Steinberg, a Wenatchee attorney, says he's the most qualified candidate for Chelan County Superior Court judge. The longtime Wenatchee area lawyer is running against Judge Kristen Ferreira, who was appointed by Governor Jay Inslee to fill the unexpired term of Judge Alicia Nakata. Steinberg commented on his campaign in an interview yesterday on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
I believe people should select me for Chelan County Superior Court Judge because experience matters. I've practiced law in the Valley for the past 24 years, representing Chelan County residents and businesses as their trusted legal attorney in all sorts of courts. I've done many trials and hearings, and I think it's very important to give the voters a choice, and I'd like them to log on to votesteinberg.com or make an inquiry on my Facebook page. Just make a choice and consider my credentials.
In fact, you can watch our entire interview with Charles Steinberg on ncwlife.com. For the 37th year, the annual Lake Chelan Bach Fest starts today, extending through Saturday, through the 14th Saturday. The number of classical, jazz, and pop concerts throughout the Lake Chelan Valley. The 10-day festival includes 21 concerts in total, from wineries to courtyards and churches as venues. More than 100 musicians travel to the Chelan Valley each July to participate in the festival orchestra and chorus under the direction of Daniel Baldwin and Julie Cross. Bach Fest is a family-friendly event. You can find the full schedule at bachfest.org. Should be a beautiful weekend up in the Chelan Valley for that. Time now for NCW Life's Megan McPherson to fill us in on some of the other big events that are occurring here in North Central Washington this weekend.
Here's a look at what's on tap this weekend around the Wenatchee Valley. Waterville Days is Friday, July 6th to Saturday, July 7th in Pioneer Park. This free event includes a spaghetti feed, live entertainment, kids decorating station for the parade, antique and classic car show, treasure hunt, bouncy house, games, arts and crafts booths, concessions and food in the park, horseshoe tournament, and the parade. The opening weekend for Leavenworth Summer Theater's Sound of Music is this Friday and Saturday at the Leavenworth Ski Hill Amphitheater. The story of the Von Trapp family has found a place in the hearts of everyone who sees it. Come for a truly enchanting evening under the stars as Maria sings the title song in the pine-covered hillside. Nutcracker Day in Leavenworth is Saturday from 11 to 4. This is a fun event that is dedicated to the wonderful world of nutcrackers. You can learn about the history of nutcrackers and see over 6,000 nutcrackers dating back to Roman times. There will be an opportunity to crack hazelnuts with a variety of nutcrackers from the past. The main event is the Kids Nutcracker Making Contest. School-age children are encouraged to enter and use their creativity and maybe even win a cash prize. There will be 3 age categories. Icicle Creek Chamber Music Festival is happening Friday and Saturday at the Canyon Run Recital Hall in Leavenworth. Both shows start at 7 p.m. Get your tickets at icicle.org. And finally, fireworks will light the Chelan sky for the 11th consecutive year on Saturday, July 7th. The fireworks will be launched in the lower basin of Lake Chelan at 10 p.m. Visitors in downtown Chelan will have front row seats along with folks in the parks, resorts, wineries, and waterfront homes. For more information on this weekend's events, visit ncwlife.com.
Boy,
No lack of things to do again.
I'll tell you what, I think I'm going to go up to Waterville this weekend.
Go on up in Waterville.
The
Go
Waterville
up,
days.
Go up and see our crew up there. We got a lot of friends up in Waterville.
Remember on the radio we used to do our
Yeah, we used to go up there and
remote
broadcast.
broadcasts up there. Yeah, a lot of fun.
Waterville days. It's a
That is
beautiful area.
Americana, definitely.
Back before there was the Wenatchee World, there was a newspaper called the Wenatchee Republic, which of course is long gone now. But you went to the library the other day and did a little microfilming and a little searching around for something specific
Well, yeah.
from the old Wenatchee Republic that
That's
you
right.
brought in with us.
I don't know if we can pull that up on the screen.
Yeah,
but
let
here
people
it
know what
is.
they're
I mean,
looking at.
You really can't make it out, at least the text. But my family has a history here in the Wenatchee Valley, and we passed through this area, you might say, back at the turn of the last century. So I was told about this article that was in the old Wenatchee Republic, the precursor to the Wenatchee World. And this is from an article, front page of the Wenatchee Republic, dated, I believe, July 9th of 1903. And on the right side there, in the right margin, you can see the article say, 2 men drowned. Okay, well, that was my granduncle who died in an accident. He was working on one of the steamboats here that plied the waters on the Columbia back at that time, the Alexander Griggs, whose statue you can see out in front of the 5th Street office buildings there. But anyway, it happened, it was an accidental drowning. My granduncle, Charles, who my father's named after, jumped into the river to try to save a co-worker who had also fallen into the river. They both perished, and the whole story in quite creative language, as they used to write it back in 1903.
Back in those days.
But yeah, I sent that down to my dad and shared that with him. And also, in that same article, coincidentally, in the middle column, you'll see that article there, if we can zoom in on it.
New water supply?
New water supply for the Wenatchee Valley. I thought that was kind of neat too. Water clear as crystal for the city of Wenatchee.
Still is.
Yeah, so yeah, it still is.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of
Neat
cool.
stuff. How much work did it take? How much gumshoe work did you have to do to find that article?
Probably none, because somebody sent me a copy
Oh,
of it
there you
anyway, so
go.
I just went and got some copies for myself. But thank you to whoever sent that to me. But a little bit of history of the Hare family here in the Wenatchee Valley.
We want to thank everybody who helps us put together the best kind of newscast we possibly can. You can be a part of it, of course. If you're out there with your phone and you think something might be interesting, go ahead and give us a little video and send it to us. Or if we find something on Facebook, we will call you up or message you and say, hey, can we use this on the air? And almost everybody says yes. So we have citizen journalists out there, and we appreciate your efforts to help us get the word out on whatever's making news all over north central Washington. And how do you go about doing that? The gentleman to my left will tell you how.
You can contact us by email. Our address is news@ncwlife.com. ncwlife.com, our website. Of course, we have the little tab at the top of the page. You can click and contact us that way, or on our Facebook or Twitter pages. Good way to contact us. All right, finally, the NCW Life News hotline. If you see breaking news happening, call us at 888-6295. That's 888. What, NCWL?
Yes, the news with, it's Friday, folks, cut us some slack. The news with Grant Olson will come your way at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. Just like yesterday, if anything really dramatic develops in the Camas fire, we will break in with live coverage. We did that yesterday afternoon, Steve.
Are you on
We broke
medication?
in. What are you doing?
Are you on medication? Or
No,
what?
I'm not on medication.
Oh, you are. I see.
It's somebody else's. I took it off their desk.
Oh, okay.
So,
That's the blood pressure
is it?
blood pressure
I don't know what this
medicine,
is. So,
Be
should I take
careful.
one, see what happens? It's 20 minutes after the hour. Mariners victorious. Apple Sox didn't play. Sports, the obscure holiday today in history, birthdays. Everyone is entitled to Mike McNulty's opinion. And a repeat of my conversation with members of the Wenatchee Football Club, all coming up between now and 8. Clear skies, 72 degrees outside on our way to a high of 88. We'll be right back.
Lake Chelan Mailboxes is a small place with a lot to offer. Job one is shipping and receiving from A to Z. They pack it, they label it, they ship it. But did you know we also offer notary service, online computer access, legal forms, copies, greeting cards, and of course, mailboxes. Chelan Mailboxes, everything you need in one small package.
I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCW Life channel.
I'm Eric Grandstrom with NCW Life Sports.
I'm NCW Life News Director Steve Hare.
Catch us on Local Tel Channel 12.
You can watch us on Charter Channel 19 or stream us live on ncwlife.com.
Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook.
Where we cover the local high schools, the Wenatchee Wild, and the pro teams out of Seattle.
On Saturday, we have a 90% chance of rain.
Catch it all right here on the NCW Life channel.
22 minutes after the hour, right on the dot. Let's do sports. Late in Wednesday's game against the Angels, Mariner catcher Mike Zunino, one of the best catchers in all of baseball, he rolled his ankle, so Mike Zunino was placed on the 10-day DL yesterday. David Freitas was recalled from Tacoma to serve as a backup catcher, and that means Chris Herman caught last night for the Seattle Mariners. Chris Herman was an unsigned free agent. At the beginning of the season, well, Mr. Herman made the most of his opportunity. He hit his first home run for the Mariners. Marco Gonzalez pitched 6 solid innings, and the Mariners won 4-1 over the Angels on Thursday night. There is your box score. Gonzalez gave up 5 hits, struck out 7, 102 pitches. The lone run he gave up was Cole Calhoun's sacrifice fly in the 4th inning to tie the game at 1. It's amazing because Gonzalez and Herman didn't even know he was going to start until about 4 hours before the game. He had 1 bases loaded jam, Gonzalez did in the 1st inning, but he got Albert Pujols to ground into a double play, and that was that. In the 7th inning, it was Herman's solo blast off reliever Miguel Amante that carried deep into the right field bleachers. D. Gordon tripled in the right field corner with a couple of outs. Eventually, Seattle would extend their lead to 4-1, and that was the final score. By the way, Edwin Diaz struck out the side of the 9th. That is his major league leading 34th save. The Mariners have not lost a home series since May 6th. That's pretty amazing. Mariners welcome the Rockies. The Rockies are coming to Safeco Field, 3-game series beginning tonight. A couple of Venezuelans will do battle. Felix Hernandez will go against German Marquez. First pitch 7-10. And by the way, Ariel Miranda, no longer a Mariner. He was given his unconditional release yesterday so he could go play in Japan. And after taking Thursday off, the Wenatchee Apple Sox back in action. They are in Walla Walla, a town so nice they named it twice. It's a weekend set with the Sweets. Michael Spacey will toe the rubber for the Sox. The Sweets will go with Sean Sullivan, I should say. First pitch, 6:35. That's a quick look at sports at 24 minutes after the hour. The obscure holiday of the day today is World Kissing Day. A couple of fun facts about kissing. Anthropologists and scientists have 2 different theories about why humans kiss. One of it is simply humans from the get-go put things in their mouths. The second theory suggests that kissing is an instinct that humans have since the beginning. Nobody really knows. By the way, 2/3 of people tilt their heads to the right when they kiss somebody. And remember, if you want to kiss somebody today, onions, garlic, and coffee, you probably want to avoid that. Happy World Kissing Day. Celebrate it with somebody you at least like. Today in history, July 6, 1933, 85 years ago today, the very first Major League Baseball All-Star game was held at Comiskey Park in Chicago. The American League defeated the National League 4-2. It was supposed to be just a one-off game. It was conceived by Arch Ward, who was a Chicago area sports writer. Chicago hosted the 1933 World's Fair, and they thought, let's get all the best baseball players together for just one exhibition game, see what happens. Well, now, of course, it's an integral part of Major League Baseball. The very first home run in All-Star Game history, not surprisingly, Babe Ruth, a two-run shot in the bottom of the third, the first All-Star Game, 85 years ago today. July 6, 1944. 74 years ago today, during a performance of the Ringling Brothers in Barnum and Bailey Circus in Hartford, Connecticut, the main tank caught on fire. It became known as the Hartford Circus Fire, one of the worst fire disasters in American history. Approximately 168 people were killed. The injuries were over 700. The cause of the fire and the exact number of dead have never been determined. The Great Hartford Circus Fire of 1944, 74 years ago today. And it's funny how little twists of fate can change things. July 6, 1957. That is the program for the Wilton Fete in Liverpool. The Wilton Fete on a Sunday afternoon in Liverpool, England. On that day, a mutual friend introduced Paul McCartney to a slightly inebriated John Lennon. John Lennon's group, the Quarrymen, was among the entertainment that day. At the Wilton Fete, Paul was impressed that John had a group. John was impressed that Paul could tune a guitar. Within a week, Paul McCartney was a member of the Quarrymen. John and Paul met on this date in 1961. And finally, 26 minutes after the hour, birthdays for July. What is today, 6th? I was on vacation yesterday. I'm still getting back into the swing of things. Merv Griffin, the American actor, the singer, producer. He created Wheel of Fortune. He created Jeopardy. Merv Griffin was born in the state of 1925, died a very rich man at the age of 82 in 2807. In fact, at the time of his death, Forbes magazine named Merv Griffin the richest Hollywood performer in history. Estimated net worth $1.2 billion. He owned hotels all over the world. He owned casinos all over the world. And of course, he was a major real estate developer in Southern California, plus all the shows he created. Merv Griffin, born in the state in 1925. Oh, and he had a talk show too. The very first musician to popularize rock and roll all over this great country and all over the world, Bill Haley, the leader of Bill Haley and his Comets, was born in the state in 1925, died in obscurity in 1981 at the age of 55. Rock Around the Clock, the song that started it all, at least from a popularity standpoint. Bill Haley's signature tune, the great Bill Haley. He's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and on merit, born in the state in 1925. And happy birthday to the 43rd President of the United States, George W. Bush. 43rd President is 72 years old today. Historians are already starting to reevaluate his presidency in the wake of the current presidency. George W. Bush is one of 5 people elected president while receiving fewer popular votes than his opponent. It happened in 2000. Happy 72nd birthday to George W. Bush. 28 minutes after the hour, fair skies, 72 degrees. Quite a bit of sunshine today. You'll notice the high clouds will be exiting the region. They'll be going from the south to the north. We'll have quite a bit of sunshine, very little wind today, with a high of about 88, which is considerably cooler than it was yesterday. Going to take a break. When we come back, everybody is entitled to Mike Benatti's opinion. They're going to enjoy the conversation I had last Monday with Shane Cass, David Jagla, and Scott Devereaux. All coming up between now and 8 o'clock. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, live from Studio 7 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Life Channel.
Sign up for the 7th Annual CCA Wenatchee Salmon Derby, July 20th through the 21st. With $7,400 in cash and prizes, this is the local event you can't afford to miss. Fish the Columbia River from the top of Rock Island Dam to the bottom of Wells Dam for your chance to win up to 5 place prizes for the heaviest fish and heaviest boat weight. Buy your tickets online, Hooked on Toys, or Sportsman's Warehouse. Help support our region's marine resources. Fish the Wenatchee Salmon Derby.
Wenatchee Valley College is now offering 4-year degrees. The need for engineering technologists is rapidly growing, and the new Bachelor of Applied Science in Engineering Technology is designed to meet the needs of local employers. Students with an associate degree can complete the program in only 2 or 3 years. The program is accepting just 20 students for fall quarter. Apply now at wvc.edu/engineeringtech.
The Arbiter of Stoke is a series that highlights a variety of outdoor adventure sports that are available in the Pacific Northwest. I dedicate my time to enjoying this natural playground. The decision is yours. How will you keep your Stoke?
I have a doctor who knows what they're talking about.
It's just so much more hands-on and friendly than anywhere else I've ever been.
It's really great to walk into somewhere where you feel welcomed and you feel accepted.
We've just been grateful for the care and respect that we've been given there.
And here when I come to visit my doctor, I'm not afraid to ask questions.
It's not just about getting you in and out.
I love my care at CVCH. It's awesome. Give it a try.
Summer is here, Wenatchee Valley, and Collins is your headquarters for all your events and summer lifestyle. Colorful tunics and tees and cool, easy care fabrics, capris, bermudas, and shorts, and dressy and casual fabrics. Sundresses for warm days that are cool and flattering. Amazing special occasion dresses from Joseph Ribkoff. Collins has cute, comfy sandals and shoes. So come in and pamper your feet. Brighton handbags arriving daily in vibrant colors. Amazing styles. Come in soon to Collins, where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
Hi everyone, Brent. Hey, don't mind, we're just making a commercial here, Randall. You're okay. Hi everyone, Brent here. You're gonna love this. When you see this, come down and see us behind Nissan. I can do it. I can do it. The all-new 2018 Nissan. That's done, I'm done. We can't do it. Come down and see us at Town Nissan behind Costco in East Wenatchee. Better performance, better.
Hey there, Wenatchee. I'm Sean Lee, and I'm inviting you to come down and check out what we're all about at Badger Mountain Brewing.
Great beer, good food, and an endless source of entertainment for the whole family. Our Honey Blonde beer is flying off the shelves at your local grocery store. But I tell you what, it's even better on tap. And while you're here, try our signature Badger sauce with one of our delicious meals. Whether you're in the mood for a wrap, salad, pizza, or nachos, Badger Mountain Brewing has what you're looking for.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNally, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Hey, do you want to know something great? And you want to make a real difference in the world? When you shuffle off this mortal coil, do you want to have made a difference that you were even alive, even here at all? Now, let me give you a tip I'm passing along from Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa said this: if you want to change the world, go home and love your family. She's right, you know. There's nothing more important a person can do than be a good husband, a good wife, or a good mother or father. I used to think that it didn't matter if I cured cancer or ended world hunger. If I hadn't been a good husband and dad, I'd be a failure. I still believe that. Well, I'm working on it, and I hope you are too. This is Mike Mad Dog McNally, and that's my opinion.
Vamanos junk haulers are pleased to announce they've added moving services to their list of ways to make your life easier. Vamanos Moving Service. No move is too big or small. In fact, Vamanos does it all. Vamanos employees are experienced at moving your home, office, business, and storage. They'll carefully load and unload your belongings. And for the do-it-yourselfers, Vamanos also rents trucks and cargo trailers. Call Vamanos junk haulers and moving service today to schedule your free estimate.
Boating is a great way to bring family and friends together. At Bobfile Boats and Motors, they have the boats for any lifestyle: fishing, wakeboarding, or just relaxing on the water. Buying a new boat is more affordable than you might think at Bobfile Boats and Motors. Online at bobfile.com or on Sunset Highway in East Wenatchee.
Bobfile Boats and Motors, we're dealing. Bobfile's gonna make you smile.
We're here to celebrate every season with award-winning dining, full-service spa, and 170 waterfront guest rooms. Come experience our tradition of hospitality at Campbell's Resort on Lake Chelan.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
My guests today from the Wenatchee Football Club. The president of the Wenatchee Football Club is Shane Cass for this term, and the head football coach for Wenatchee High School, and one of the founders of the Wenatchee Football Club is Scott Devereaux. Scott Devereaux is to my immediate left, the handsome and talented Scott Devereaux, and the even more handsome and more talented Shane Cass to my far left. Thanks for joining me, gentlemen.
Morning, Dan.
We now have our ratio of big, tall, strapping, handsome guys for TV. We're allowed 3 maximum, and this is it. How you doing?
Doing good.
I brought you on board because your big golf tournament, 5th golf tournament? 4th year? 5th year?
5th annual.
5th annual golf tournament, which is a fundraiser for your club, is at Three Lakes Golf Course on the 14th, and we're here to talk about that. Shane is the president of the club. What do people need to know? How do they get signed up? Let's play golf with a bunch of cool guys and girls.
Well, the easiest way to get signed up is to go to WenatcheeFootball.org and follow the link to the golf tournament. It's right on our homepage, and sign up a foursome. We've got 13 or 14 foursomes signed up right now, about 60, 65 participants. There's always room for more, so there's still time. Still got a couple weeks.
Whole sponsorships still available, I'm assuming?
Whole sponsorships are still available, yeah, for sure.
And what does a whole sponsorship get? A cool sign and a foursome, something like that?
Yeah, exactly. For $800, or actually $700, you get a foursome and the sponsorship of the whole. And you get a little flag and get to put your name on our golf tournament, and our website.
What's the format? The usual, the shotgun thing?
Shotgun start, yeah, exactly.
By the way, they don't use a shotgun. That would just be stupid. They use a horn, right? Yeah, like that.
We use a horn, yeah.
So, it used to be at the Hollander. Now it's at the Three Lakes. So that's a bit of a change there.
Yeah.
Scott Devereaux, everybody. You want to just go ahead and take a nap now, Scott, or what?
Yeah. I'm still waiting for the coffee.
Yeah. No, there's no coffee for you. Any particular reason why the change? Scheduling conflict, or are you just doing something different?
We just wanted to change a venue. The Highlander was great. There was no problems there. We just wanted a different course and give our golfers a little bit different scenery and something new, different food, different format, or different venue anyway. So give it a shot and see how it goes.
It's also earlier in the year. It used to be late July, right? Now it's mid-July.
Late July. Yeah, it used to be late July. We moved it up. We tried to move it up into June, but June had a lot of conflicts with other tournaments in the area. So we moved it back to mid-July, moving it up from the original the previous dates, just to try something different, see if we could get some more participation out. We moved it back to a Saturday, which helps some of the people from outside the area come back in and get registered and participate. Just to try something different and see if it serves our group of sponsors a little bit better.
You have anything to add, Scott, or what?
100% what he said is correct.
How's your golf game?
Horrible.
Good. So not that much hasn't changed.
No.
That much hasn't changed.
I might lose more balls than anybody.
You should have a prize for that. Are there prizes? That's a good idea. What do you got? Are there door prizes? Is there going to be like a silent auction? What about cool stuff like that?
Yeah, we've got prizes coming up. We're still finalizing all that stuff, so I really don't want to say anything. But yeah, we'll have silent auction. We'll have there's a meal provided. There's T-shirts. There's a little bit of swag you can buy while you're there to help sponsor the club if you'd like. And then there's prizes for the golfers as well.
Games. There's lots of games at each course.
Like you guys used to do what's the game where you pitch the thing into the deal?
Cornhole.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. What did you call me? No, I'm just kidding. So it sounds like it's fun, right? It's more of a party kind of a thing than competition, right?
Yeah, actually, absolutely. I mean, there is competition. Anytime you get a group of football enthusiasts or former athletes or former football players, you're going to get some sort of level of competition, of course. But it's all in good fun, yeah, for sure.
And of course, you'll have no idea where the golf balls will be going off the tee block. I've seen this guy swing. It looks like he's trying to kill a snake with a stick.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
A crime against the game is what it is. Do you have to have an established handicap, or can you just show up and have fun?
All golfers are welcome. I played 3 times I played 3 rounds of golf in the last 4 years, so I'm playing on the 14th, so obviously no handicap required.
Maybe Scott and I will be on the same foursome. We could
somebody's going to get hurt. I just know it.
Somebody's going
to get hurt.
Bring up the back of the pack.
If you're just Joe Schmo golfer and you want to help out the club, but you don't maybe have enough foursome, can you just sign up an individual and you'll find a spot for him to play?
We'll find you a spot. Yeah,
okay.
for sure.
So, and, I'm sorry. What do you get with all this? You're getting golf. Are you getting food? What are you getting with your money?
You get a shirt.
Get a shirt.
You get fed.
That's good. I
Get
like
lunch.
food.
Yep. Have a lot of fun. There's music afterwards, along with when we're doing the auction. So it's a great time to socialize, especially if you're there with some old buddies that you played high school football with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and there's families at golf, and there's guys that show up every year, just the same crew. So it's a lot of fun.
Well, I might be able to make it this year because now that you've moved it, number one, to a Saturday, and it's also earlier in June or in July because it was always around my family vacation / reunion. I could never play.
We'll see you there then.
Great. So, and the best thing is it's in Chelan County instead of Douglas County, so I can actually go because I'm not allowed probationary thing. You know
cross
how
that
is.
Columbia River, huh?
Yeah, you know how that is.
Yeah.
Before we cut you loose, one more thing. How the cherries are looking this year, Shane?
Cherries, the crop has been lighter than expected. Quality is excellent. Retail sell-through has been phenomenal. Usually in cherries, you either have cherries waiting for orders, or you have orders waiting for cherries. And right now we have orders waiting for cherries, which is great for the grower.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. Puts the salesperson on the hot seat, talking to their customers and explaining why they're not quite getting loaded in time, but it's good for the grower.
Well, I'm sure with your outstanding phone skills, you did just fine.
We try.
So, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to get Shane the heck out of here. He's got to go sell some cherries. And then Dave Jagla, who's part of Scott Devereaux's staff, will be joining us. We'll talk about the football club proper. They got some camps coming up. We'll talk about safety and all the good stuff that they're pushing now in the level of youth in high school. Yep. Football, very terribly important now, and all for a good reason. All that and more when we come back. Yes, it's July 2nd. Let's talk football. When we come back, you're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCAA Live channel.
Oh, hey, Nate. What you doing there?
I'm just reading a book.
A book? I didn't even know they made those anymore. Where'd you get it?
Right down the street at Yield Bookshop.
Yield Bookshop? I'm gonna go check it out.
If you're looking for a good book to read, or you're in the market for some beautiful handcrafted creations from local artisans, look no further than Yield Bookshop right in the heart of downtown Wenatchee.
Yamaha ATVs and side-by-side vehicles are proven off-road. Designed, engineered, and tested in the real world, they provide the best balance of off-road capability, comfort, and confidence, delivering performance that is truly proven off-road.
I definitely recommend them for new floors.
They made it so easy.
It looks like a whole new house.
Great service, great prices.
Want a recommendation before you buy new carpets or floors? Don't take our word for it, just listen to our customers.
And they guarantee their work for life.
Flooring America, where friends send friends. Select pet-friendly, kid-friendly, oops-friendly carpet and floors are on sale now.
Papa Murphy's presents a fresh take on fresh. Here's the deal. If it comes from a freezer, not fresh. Box, not fresh. Bag, not fresh. Fresh means just chopped vegetables. Cheese grated by us daily. Fresh means we don't even have ovens, because you have an oven. So you can feel good about feeding it to your... Home bake a large Gourmet Delight Greek pepperoni pizza, topped with pepperoni, spinach, black olives, and feta cheese. Just $9. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
And we are back. We have transitioned. Shane Cass is still in the studio. He's just now watching from afar and probably mocking David Jagla, who is now sitting to my far, far left. David is part of Scott Devereaux's coaching staff at Wenatchee High School. I'm sorry, what positions do you coach, David?
I coach the Hoggies, whole line.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I like that. The Hogs.
The Hogs.
The meat and potatoes of a successful football team.
You bet. Yeah.
So David's joining us alongside Scott Devereaux, who wears two hats. Let's go back in time. The Wenatchee Football Club is 4 years old? 5 years old now.
Yep.
Go back to the genesis of the what's the purpose of the Wenatchee Football Club? Why did it start? Who thought it would be a good idea? What's your
We looked at a lot of successful programs in the state and what they were doing to help out financially. The school ASB budgets just couldn't do it anymore, and football is pretty expensive. So we talked to some other programs and went and visited some schools, and they all had 501c3 nonprofit booster clubs, basically. So we decided, hey, if they're doing it and it's working, let's try it. So we got together with some parents, and they started the paperwork and kind of took over the process, and took about a year to get it really going, but we ended up with the Wenatchee Football Club, and so far it's been awesome.
And it's separate and completely different from the Wenatchee Booster Club, correct?
Correct. Separate 501c3 nonprofit organization.
So you're specifically is to boost football as a sport and as a program, as opposed to the Wenatchee Booster Club, which is about all the athletics going on at Wenatchee High School.
Yes.
But my guess is you folks all have a nice, good relationship.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and the money that the football club can give to the high school, middle schools, youth leagues, they've even made donations to the new softball program that started last year to help it get going. So any money that the football club gives is just money the high school booster club can give to somebody else.
Are there, and David, I'll ask you this, are there guys who say, I want to play football, but I can't afford it?
Oh yeah.
It's expensive as all get out.
Yeah, that's the beauty part about this club, is to help out kids that don't have an opportunity to maybe try it out. And with our Future Champs camp we run, which is next week, it's a great way to introduce the game and teach it correctly.
Talk about the Future Champs camp. Boy, that's a tongue twister if there ever was one.
Yeah, there is. It's second grade through 8th, and we average about 75 to 100 kids a year. And it's kind of fun now. We've done it long enough where the kids are starting to trickle into the high school program. And the beauty part about the camp itself is we have our kids help run it.
Oh.
So it's kind of a give back to the game and give them some opportunities to coach and teach the younger guys how to play.
And that's the big thing. How to play football has changed dramatically in the last decade. It all goes back to safety.
Yeah.
And this is the big thing. You're going to be pushing kids how to tackle correctly, right? That's
Yeah.
probably the number one thing you're stressing right now.
Yeah, we call our tackling system kind of the Panther way, but it's modeled after the Seahawk program and a lot of rugby style stuff, and keeping the head out of the game, including blocking. You know, so making it safer for kids to turn out and satisfy parents and their concerns about their kid playing. And,
Are you concerned about the future of football? I mean, you hear about it. You know, I don't want my kid to play football. You hear about the CTE thing going on in college and professional. Does it concern you, Coach Devereaux? Coach Devereaux?
I think if we don't change the way we coach football, eventually football could be gone. And the stuff that we're doing now is so much different than when we played, just so much different from just 10 years ago. And we've seen the safety in practice. You know, last year, through our 9th JV and varsity football teams, we had 0 concussions in practice.
Wow.
And I think that's because we're working hard to do it the right way.
That's good. Now, yeah. Now, occasionally the game will happen, and there's a whole new concussion protocol. I was talking to your friend of mine, Dale Blair, and I'm sitting in his office. He's got a 3-ring binder. It's about this thick, and it has a name on it. I said, "What's that?" And he said, "You get a concussion, you get a binder, and we are all over you." And it's the concussion protocol is huge now, isn't it?
Yeah, and I really like it, and coaches like it, because if a kid is out with a concussion, then we're out of the picture. So it takes the pressure off us and puts it on specific people in the healthcare business that can return the kid to play.
Coaching the offensive lineman, David, how's blocking with this whole new concern about CTE and concussion stuff? How does that change the blocking aspect for an offensive lineman?
It's been a lot of fun for me to develop new ways to block and study the ways that are being taught now. We always block with our hands, low hips. You know, we try to keep the head out of the game. You get your head forward. Blocking, whether it's pass pro or run blocking, you're off balance, and it's not a good way to do it. So we've really working on the first step and keeping the head back and getting the hands in here. So it's been kind of cool.
Was it fun coaching Trey?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I call him the perfect lineman ever. aggressive, fundamentally sound, good kid.
We're talking about Trey Adams, who's about ready to enter his fourth year as a senior at the University of Washington. Started as a freshman, one of the very few offensive linemen in the history of the University of Washington to start as a freshman, and a good kid, a good, solid citizen.
Yeah.
His folks raised him right, didn't they?
They did. They did.
It would be great to see somebody like Trey make it to the NFL, but he's still got one more year to go. And I know he's had some injury issues,
Yeah.
When you're that big, that can happen
Right.
to you.
Yeah,
So,
but I think he's on his way back to being ready. First game.
are you in touch with him very much?
Yeah,
or?
quite a bit.
Oh, good.
We text each other. We went to a football lineman camp about a month ago. He was there. Our kids got to see him and meet him, and he's a definite asset to our program.
With the new blocking and tackling techniques, how did you as coaches learn that? You have to learn it before you can teach it to the kids. What was that process like?
Well, there's coaching clinics throughout the year, so we usually go to 1 or 2 every year, and that's when we first saw it. And there's companies that come out and, for example, the University of Washington teaches it, and they bring in experts to help them, and then those guys help us. So that, and there's a variety of online trainings you can take, but it's best when you can see it and do it hands-on. So I was at a training just a few weeks ago, and we were tackling bags, a bunch of old coaches were. So doing it the right way so you can teach it the right way.
Sure, absolutely. You have any video of that? I'd pay
Oh
to
no,
watch
there's
that.
no video.
No video of that?
No video.
So the camp is next week. Is it too late to sign up? How much does it cost? What does the camp entail? The Future Champs Camp.
Future Champs Camp. So it's $35. It's 4 days, hour and a half a session. They can walk up and sign up and go, or they can register online at WenatcheeFootballClub.org. But yeah, they show up at 5 o'clock Monday, July 9th. We'll get them going. It's in the Apple Bowl.
Any pads or anything like that? Or
Nope.
is it just so it's basically football 101 for those folks who might be interested in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you have a higher skill set, you've been playing for a while, is it still worth going if you're, say, a 7th or an 8th grader?
Definitely,
as opposed to
yeah.
Okay.
We have daily flag football games. We have the football club sponsors a flag football league in the fall, which Shane kind of runs, and it applies to all ages.
So that's the first camp, and then you guys get any time off, and then you have some more camps coming up, right? Don't you host camps for the big boys, right?
We have our big team camp the following week.
Okay. And how does that, what entails that? Somebody gets some out-of-town schools come in, and they...
Yeah, we'll have 13 schools out of Wenatchee here this year, about 750 football players.
There was a lot of camps to choose from. Why Wenatchee? Why do you have 13? Are you guys that good?
Yes, we do it right.
Do you?
We do
I mean,
it right.
seriously, that's got to make you feel good.
Yeah. Part of it is, you can go to a college camp and pay $350 or $450, and you can come to Wenatchee camp for $100 and sleep in the gym. And our parents do a great job making dinners every night. And I think the teams like to come here because they get to coach their own kids. And a lot of times at the college camps, the college guys are coaching their football team. So it's a great camp. It's a lot of fun.
Would you like to see, in this age of specialization, Coach Devereaux, would you like to see more kids do 3 sports? I mean, in my time, you did 3 sports. You did a sport in the fall, you did one in the winter, you did one in the spring, and now everybody, I just play baseball, that's all I play. It's not necessarily good, is it?
It isn't good. If you look at all the statistics, they say it's a horrible thing. But for injuries and burnout for kids, it's at the highest it's ever been. And a lot of it is attributed to the specialization of athletes, I guess you would call it.
Well, Coach Peterson from the University of Washington, he makes a point of recruiting folks who play 3 sports, at least 2.
Yeah.
Anyway, he says they're better athletes.
Yeah.
For one thing.
Yeah. Urban Meyer's another pretty good coach who has the same mindset.
In about 3 minutes we have left, let's preview the upcoming Panther football season, since I might not see it to the golf season. How you liking this? How do you like and how's it shaping up so far?
Our kids are working really hard. What I really appreciate is very positive attitudes. To have 50 guys in the weight room every night working hard.
That's got to make you feel good.
Grinding together. It's fun to watch, and they're enjoying it. And then, next week or 2 weeks from the team camp, we'll work on what we've kind of have as our base offense and defense, and really try and get it grounded and find out who our players are for that first game, what we're looking for.
I believe last year's team was kind of young, weren't they?
Very young. We started 10 sophomores last year.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and a freshman.
Yeah, and now they're juniors and sophomores, and they've
Yes.
had 1 year of football under their belt.
Yeah, hopefully it pays off in a big way.
Big Nine's been kind of it's been very democratic for whites. I mean,
Right.
Moses Lake has won a couple of championships. Eastmont won a championship. Davis won a championship. Wenatchee's won championships. Is it all kind of? How do you attribute that?
Yeah, I think our league is, at any given year, anyone can beat anyone. It's been like that for quite a while.
Yeah.
Probably since 2012-13, we were undefeated.
I remember that well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And since then, it's kind of been shared a little bit. It's about time we bring it back.
I'm all for that, my friend.
Yeah.
And we have about a minute left. The facility of the Apple Bowl is just leave off to fill the Apple Bowl. It's the bee's knees, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
It's pretty
Yes.
nice, and that kids like that. They like to play in a
like
really
it.
nice
Yes.
facility, don't they?
They do.
So it's I love it when the visiting teams come and they go, "Wow, this is nice.
Yeah.
This is really cool." So, and it is. I mean, it was well worth every dime spent, and now it's busy all the time.
It is. It's almost 7 days a week that
Yeah.
thing has something going on.
So, check out their Facebook page. Just go to your Facebook and type in Wenatchee Football Club. You get all the information that you need at the golf tournament, all the information you need for the future champs camp. Boy, I have to say that really slow, or else I'll blow it. And keep in touch, all right?
All right, thanks, Dan.
Yeah,
Thank
absolutely.
you, Dan.
David, be good. Enjoy the rest of your summer.
Absolutely.
So Dave's teaches, right? He teaches.
Yes.
What does he teach?
Social studies.
Is he any good at it?
Very good.
Is he? Okay. Good for you.
This is State Representative Kerry Condata inviting you to watch our new and improved 12th District 2.0 show. Now featuring more information on federal, state, and local issues in a leaner, faster format. Guest hosts John Wise and Shiloh Shower bring it all home with yours truly, Kerry Condata. Why do we call it 2.0? Because just like me, it's the stronger, faster, and lighter version of today's politics. Also available on demand at ncwlife.com.
For plumbing, heating, or cooling repair, Patriot will be right there.
Is your inefficient home comfort system wasting money? This Lennox dealer can help.
Save money on your energy bills with an efficient Lennox system from Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call Patriot today.
Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling will give your home a hug.
Get up to $1,500 in rebates or special financing.
And welcome back on this Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan Kuntz alongside Steve Hare back in the studio. The big news story around here, and has been since about 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon, has been the Camas fire. Not too far from the Leavenworth area, but it's burning away from any major structures or things like that. We thought maybe we'd wrap up the show with a quick update with Steve Hare.
Yeah,
on the
quickly.
fire.
It's burned about 300 acres. It continues to grow. There's no containment yet, so they're going to throw all their resources on that fire today. Folks, we do have a red flag warning that could mean some intensive fire activity if we don't get this thing under control. But as you can see, the trees torching there in the background there from yesterday's afternoon fire. Right now, we have a Type 3 team that's come in to oversee the management of that fire. Right now, there are no structures threatened, although it is burning about 2 miles from the Camas Meadows Bible Camp. They are not under immediate threat. In fact, Eric Waters with the Type 3 management team stresses that fire is burning in an area that poses no immediate threat to any populated areas.
Currently, the fire is located in an area that has not created any evacuations. There are no structures threatened at this time, and we're not putting any road closures in place. However, we would ask the public for their safety and that of firefighters to be extra careful in the Cashmere and Highway 97 corridors. There's going to be, 200 firefighters and all the associated support that goes along with that. There's going to be a lot of activity, and those are busy areas, and we would ask folks to please be extra careful when you're traveling through those areas.
Now, the real impact will be on traffic, folks, so if you're traveling along Blue at Pass today, please use caution. There's going to be a lot of apparatus and firefighters trying to access the fire from that location. Also from Kashmir, the staging area and the base camp right now for the firefighters is up at the fairgrounds. So you'll want to avoid that area as well to allow more access for the firefighting equipment. But again, we'll be tracking this throughout the day. So Dan, go take it away from here.
Have a good weekend, everybody. We'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.